Hey, folks, as everybody knows by now, Fannie Willis is having a bad day, otherwise known as Fanny Pack or Big Fanny. Uh, what you talking about, Willis? I've heard all kinds of memes, slogans, and nicknames for this lady, but her and Mr. Wade look like they are both in trouble. This court case has been going on all day. The hearing about what Miss Wade and or Mr. Wade and Fanny Pack spent the money on, when the relationship started. There's a lot of key questions that are actually being asked. Matter of fact, Miss Fanny, or Big Fanny, was the last one interviewed today. She got a little bit bent out of shape behind it, but that stuff's all over the mainstream media. If you want to watch any of that, it's out there everywhere in short bites, or you can watch the full length version. If you want to go over the Gateway Pundit, they do kind of a play-by-play of it. I'm not going to get into it any more than that, other than saying that hopefully this case will get thrown out. It looks like disqualification is a possibility. Even MSNBC said it looks like she lied. She had a friend, Fanny Pack had a friend come out and say that her and Wade had a relationship as far back as 2019. And so somebody's lying. But enough about that. What I want to talk to y'all about is Mike Davis. He is on a podcast with Don Jr., and it is really hits home with some of the questions that I've been wondering. As much as these court cases involving Trump, these criminal cases, are going, even for Fanny Pack and Letitia James, and for Trump and the 18 people in Georgia besides Trump that are indicted. I worry about all of these things as far as how all this will turn out, as far as how it will affect the election, where Trump will be, whether he'll be locked up or clear of all charges by the time 2025 comes around. Who knows? But that is definitely something to chew on that we're going to be dealing with day in and day out. For example, this Big Fanny situation. But on the same hand, I worry more about the lawfare situation that is going on with the far left trying to keep Trump from not just being on the ballot, but keeping Trump from having power once he does get back in the presidency, keeping him from being able to have his full use of his military. They're going to try to legally sue him to prevent him from closing the border, and they're going to try to prevent him from deporting people. They're going to attack him in every way possible. Lawfare. They're going to try to get the three-lettered agencies to not have to adhere or listen to him. And my question is Trump going to exact revenge on these people that have treated him like crap for 7 years, the people that have lied, the CIA, the FBI agents, the Clappers, the Brennans, the McCabe's, the Adam Schiffs, Christopher Wray's, and the 51 that lied. There's so many people. The top 2 or 3 tiers of the FBI, many people in the Department of Justice, CIA as well. All, we are now finding out, all colluded in many ways to sway the election, to do everything they could to prevent Trump from knowing the truth, ever becoming president. Folks, my big question is, for all these people that have gone against Trump for 7 years with lies, hoaxes, attacking his family, convincing the media to go after him, attack his family, and lie to the American public. All this has been done by the deep state, the people that are permanent fixtures in the Pentagon and the three-lettered agencies. And if you do not get those people out of power, then the directors of all these agencies, the top-tiered guys for sure, if you don't get these guys out of power, if you don't send them to, say, either fire them or send them to do a menial job where they have no ability to corrupt the system, send them down there to the border as border agents to help hunt these people down that have gotten into our country that are on the terrorist watch list. See, that would be a job that those people could probably do effectively, in theory. But at any rate, I do worry more than about all these cases against Trump, where he'll be with them. I'm more worried about the fact that when Trump gets back in office, what is he going to be able to do to prevent these same evil characters that plotted against him? What is he going to be able to do to make sure they're not continuing to plot against him and can't supersede him or usurp his power while he's there? He's going to have to get rid of him. That's the bottom line, folks. I've heard several people discuss it. Trump's pretending like he's going to be the nice guy. He said he's not going to exact any revenge. But Mike Davis here has a great idea as to what we're going to do. How do we defeat the far left? With their the way they're playing the games right now, they're cheating, and they're doing it with Lawfare, and they're doing it by weaponizing the government. We got to stop both. And let me go ahead and give you a little bit of background of who Mike Davis is. He worked with Chuck Grassley for a really long time, and I'll go ahead and give you his backstory. See if I can read it without my glasses. It says Mike Davis, the former chief counsel for nominations to Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley, is the founder and president of the Article 3 Project, which defends constitutional judges and the rule of law. Davis also leads the Internet Accountability Project, an advocacy organization fights to rein in big tech, along with the unsilenced majority. The organization dedicated to opposing cabinet cancel culture and fighting back against the woke mob and their enablers. As chief counsel for nominations, Davis advised Chairman Grassley and other senators on the confirmations of federal judges and senior executive branch appointees. So he's an advisor to some of our senators. Says and 41 markup. Says served as a staff leader for 30 hearings and 41 markup meetings. He oversaw the floor votes for 278 nominees, including the confirmation of Justice Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court Justice, and the record number of circuit judges confirmed during the President Trump's first 2 years in office. Now, that's enough about Mike Davis, just to kind of give you a little bit of a backstory about who he is. He's one of the good guys. He's fighting for our country as a lawyer, and the Article 3 Project is one of many foundations that I've heard of in the past that just fight for the good guys, fight for the little guys, fight for the judges even that are being attacked and persecuted. Thank God for people like Mike Davis. I've heard his name many times in the past, but I never really put it together that he was with the Article 3 Project. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get into this video clip, and we'll go ahead and play it through. It's only a couple of minutes long, but the right questions are asked, and we get a little bit of what I would say the right answers. What's got to be done, and needs to be said. Trump needs to be listening. Trump needs to throw him in as maybe Attorney General. We'll see. Let's go.
You'd have a hard time getting... Okay, so as I said in my intro, you'd be a choice for me for Attorney General, but you've said you'd have a hard time getting confirmed as AG. But if you were, if you're put in the temporary position, give us the day one agenda for how we get things back on track, how we put sanity back into, get into the sort of nuts and bolts of how that works and how you take sort of a wrecking ball to the corruption that's become so manifest in Washington.
Well, I like you said, I can't get confirmed as Attorney General. I would get one charity vote from Chuck Grassley, my former boss, and it would end his 60-plus year political career. So I'm not going to do that to Chuck Grassley. I'll tell my former boss not to worry about that. But if I were the acting attorney general for a day, I think what needs to happen at the Justice Department is they need to clean house, and they need to clean house at these litigating divisions in main justice, and they need to clean house in the FBI, especially, which is the FBI doesn't think they report to the deputy attorney general or the attorney general, but they do. And so what I think needs to happen is they need to fire the top three layers of at least the top three layers of the FBI, including, so at the FBI, that the director is the only political appointee. He's supposed to have up to a 10-year term. Up to a 10-year term. He doesn't get a 10-year term. The whole point of that up to a 10-year term is you don't want these FBI directors getting in there and having too much power in this agency that's too insulated. So I would fire the FBI director. I would fire the deputy FBI director. I would fire the assistant directors, including the assistant directors in charge of each of the field offices, the big field offices like the Washington field office and the New York field office. And I would, if they don't want to get fired, if they want to claim civil service protection, I would reassign them to the southern border where they would work with Border Patrol to change diapers, right? And so that's what I would do at the FBI. At Main Justice, I would do the same thing, and the various litigating divisions, including the key sections, like the National Security Division. I would clean house of the leadership of the National Security Division. The criminal division, I would clean house. The civil division, I would clean house. I would get rid of all of these chiefs and assistant chiefs of these various sections, and I would make them reapply for their jobs. And in the meantime, they would get reassigned to the southern border prosecuting cases or changing diapers, whatever they need them to do.